Louie.
Thank you, Mr. President. And echoing the thanks, if you had lost that election in 2016, we would never have been energy independent. And it's been great for Texas. It's been great for America. And I do want to advise our media friends before they write stories about how we didn't wear masks and we didn't possibly socially distance adequately, that you saw to it that we had tests and that nobody in here has the coronavirus unless it's somebody in the media. So the only reason we would wear masks is if we were trying to protect ourselves from you in the media, and we're not scared of you. So that's why we can be here like this. So thank you for amazing job you've done. And it is amazing to see the hypocrisy. You do a travel ban, like Mark said, it saved lives. And they called you racist, and then when they realized you did the right thing, they said you should have done it earlier. And perhaps they could have noticed the need if they had not been pursuing, the hoax that was the impeachment. And I know the Speaker has appointed this new committee to investigate your handling of the coronavirus, and I've suggested they ought to name that committee the Committee of Oligarchs to Unelect the President, or coup for short. But that's exactly what it is. And the money, Steve and Larry, thank you for your work. There are a lot of people that are working for companies today that would not be in my district in East Texas, and they wouldn't be. I've heard this week from some that say they're getting threats that if they had any capital, they shouldn't have taken the loan, and they may be pursued for criminal when they could not have hired those people back if they had not taken the loan. So right. I hope that that'll be backed off a little bit, because it has put people to work that couldn't otherwise. But I'm optimistic, and I wouldn't be if you weren't president. So thank you for the work you're doing.
Thank you, Louie, and you've been a great help. And if we didn't win the election, we wouldn't have found out all of the corrupt practices that are taking place at the top of the FBI with dirty cops and all of the things that we found out about other people in other agencies that are equally as important. All of this, we went on Drain the Swamp, and that's what we're doing. But nobody ever told me the swamp was going to be this vicious or this deep. And we're doing it.
Could I make a suggestion on the justice area? And I know that with the Democrats in charge, some of the most important reforms may not happen, but the FBI is the only law enforcement entity I'm aware of that has not even come into the 20th century, not even asking them to come into the 21st. Everybody else does videotapes and audio tapes, and the FBI interviews witnesses and goes back and records their own notes of what they want to say a witness said, and then it's easily changed. And we need to bring them into the 20th century where they start at least doing some audio recordings so they can't change them. So that's one of the lessons we have seen from what's happened in their effort to create a coup.
And not only do they not record, but they write their notes. And then when the notes are bad for them, they go and change them months later. This is a corrupt deal that's been going on.
Yep.
And we caught them cold. And now we have to see what happens. But Bill Barr has done a great job. He's a strong guy, and he's done a great job. And not easy. He's fighting a lot of fights. But he really has been great, and we appreciate it. But you're right about that. I said, I'd like to hear a tape of what the interview was. And they said, well, no, it was just, and they write it out like scribble.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then they change it.
Yeah.
And they change signatures. They change everything.
So we don't have the old one.
It's one of the most incredible things, isn't it, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.